From Me the Room, back with another one. We got DJ Akademiks talking about Joe Budden Patreon numbers. And if y'all seen the screenshots, I mean, the numbers is out of this world. It's definitely way further than the expectations that a lot of us had, right? So 900,000+ a month is just the bare minimum because we can't even count out his other deals with Prize Picks, basically YouTube earnings, and now Podwives, which Akademiks is also going to realize he has Podwives as well. Honestly, that's why I pay attention to Joe Budden. I feel like he's probably the best businessman in podcasting history. I mean, I just feel like he created a lot of the lanes that we are using today. So let me know what y'all think. And we're basically going to give a little bit more of our thoughts at the end of this. But let's hear what Akademiks had to say real quick.
Now, apparently he posted the one on the left with a bunch of shit blurred out. And some way, somehow, they have a way to color correct it that you could see through the blurred out thing. And apparently this is what the blurred out thing looks like. Now, you can't really see it too well, but this says 903,000 from membership earnings. And I think the total was 930. I don't know what that's for. But, apparently Joe's Patreon is making $900,000 a month. Now, to be very clear and to be very fair, I'm very happy for him if he's making that, right? And once I see 30 million views in a month, right, I could see why if everybody's paying, what does Joe charge? $20, right? If you're having 30 million people go on your Patreon site and the average cost of each membership is $20, I could definitely see you making $900,000. Now, here's the problem. And, I wouldn't have posted this, and I don't even really want to get too much into this because I actually like the guys now on the Joe Budden podcast. The moment this shit drops, all beef. Like all beef. And put it like this. Let me tell you this. There's notable moments when niggas is never happy again. When Adam went on and said, yo, I'm making $1 million a month, it was never the same in No Jumper. I'm telling you, the passive aggressiveness at the Joe Budden podcast is about to be 5,000. It's going to go 5,000 levels. You know why? Respectfully, and I don't know what nobody makes, and I don't care. I like those guys. I'm not taking shots or nothing. But there's probably a nigga on there making $5,000 a month. And $5,000 a month when you feel like you're giving a lot of your life up, or you're bringing some of your personal drama on there to make it more fun and all that shit, and you realize Joe is getting 900. I always told y'all the thing. The moment Everyday Struggle was over, the moment Joe knew how much Spotify paid us. When we realized Spotify paid damn near almost $1 million, I can't remember what the number was. Damn near $1 million, and me and Joe was only getting an extra bump of 15,000 extra a month, right? And they paid $1 million, and me and Joe are getting 15,000, and literally they're only paying for me and Joe. The moment Joe seen that, Joe said, "Fuck them Friday episodes. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good." The Everyday Struggle was never the same after that. That shit was a ticking time bomb. So I don't know why Joe posted this, because he has employees. It's different with me. You know what I mean? I don't have other people that are on camera talent that are on my broadcast. So I could show you I make $30 million. Who's going to get mad? They're going to be like, well, Act just grinded it up by himself, right? Now, maybe if it was I'm filming at a studio, or say I'm filming obviously we do our podcast from my other studio. Yeah, maybe a nigga who's holding the camera could be like, bro, could you give me a little raise or whatever? But nobody's going to be like, bro, we deserve part of the money, right? I'm over here motherfucking Tiger Woods in this shit. You heard me? But when you have 10 niggas on the podcast, Mike, like Joe, some of these niggas is going to start thinking inevitably, yo, bruv, I'm not saying we should bust this shit down half, but if you get 900, yo, bro, I think I should get 50, you know what I mean? And, that's incorrect, but still, it's gonna happen. It's going to happen, right? Which, obviously, again, I say I like the guys over there, because if I found this out when Ruri and Mealy Mall was over there, I would have gaslit them niggas to quit in 3 days. I would have had them niggas over here trying to stab Joe's Maybach tire, take air out the Ferrari, steal the hubcap off his. Joe got all them cars now. I know these niggas be showing up to work Is that a fucking Ferrari? Wait, this nigga Joe got a Rolls? Oh, hell nah. This nigga got what? It always happens like that. Yo, if it was Rory and Millie Marvin, I would have gassed the shit out of them. I would have gaslit. Yo, they would have stole the hubcap off that nigga Maybach, bro. But it's all good. Brothers, maintain your composure, okay? If anything, you use this. I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all good advice. I really like everybody over there, okay? Even Mark Lamont Hill, may him not be like that, okay? He kind of apologized for, I don't know what he did, but whatever. It's water under the bridge. Fellas, this is what you do. I'm giving y'all good advice. This is not even gaslighting, like, you know, like what I did to all them niggas at the community niggas. And by the way, y'all community niggas and the fig community dudes, I'm sorry. I have a whole response for y'all. And even Shorty, like, I was just gonna eviscerate y'all, but I can't give y'all the career. I'm just so sorry. Y'all gotta work for it. I'm so sorry. No back and forths, okay? No back and forths. Y'all gonna really have to work for this shit. Okay? Y'all can keep going back and forth with Adam. I see some niggas drowning, and I'm like, no life after today. Okay. Anyway, so only half a bar. That's all I could give him. Trust me, it hurt my heart not to come in here and drop 2 hours of violation. It hurt me, but I realized it's too irrelevant. So you got it. You got it. You got it. All right, back to what I'm saying. With Joe and them, yeah, this is what y'all do. This is what y'all do, gentlemen, over the JBP. Okay? Whatever y'all little, I don't know, let me not say little because y'all might think I'm disrespecting. Whenever y'all performance up conversation comes up, y'all should probably, try to negotiate. I don't think y'all deserve percentage. That's the Joe show. Not disrespecting y'all, but that's the Joe show. But I would say this. Joe got a pop in Patreon. Again, I don't want to jump in his business and fuck up because, again, I'll say something and one nigga will hear it and be like, he just started being mad toxic and started giving Joe headaches. I don't want to say nothing, and I'm like, it'll come off like I'm hating on my mans. I'm not. I think if Joe has this amount of people with purchasing power and he's getting 30 million monthly episodes or 30 million Patreon views, what I think you brothers should do, if y'all want to get paid more money, maybe I'll get paid lovely already. I don't know. Y'all should try to create a show and pitch it to Joe. Joe has a whole platform for Patreon that y'all have helped build. So all these people that's on his Patreon, y'all have helped bring there. He's not going to bust down the money that he's making on his back. I don't care how much of y'all niggas over there. It's still Joe's show. Bring your show to his Patreon and negotiate a profit split with that. That's what y'all should do. All of y'all get your own show, right? It could be a little segment or whatever. You do it weekly. And you say, Joe, could you post this to the Patreon? Your Patreon, because you got the people already that we kind of help you get. And then let's bust down some of the money of how many people are watching it. And we could figure that out on the back end. Now, y'all going to have to trust Joe with the accountant. And not playing. But that's a good way. That's a good way. But the Joe Budden podcast, I'm telling y'all niggas now, do not even ask for a percentage. If y'all ask for it, he's going to fire y'all like the 2 empty seats. Okay? I'm telling y'all that. All right? Anyway, congrats to Joe if he's making $900,000 on the Patreon. I wonder how much Flagrant's making. Flagrant to Patreon. Oh, really? Wait, Flagrant's only making $62,000 a month? What? What? How the hell is Joe making $900,000? Oh, well, I guess Joe probably puts out way more episodes, right? Yeah, I think Joe posts like 3 times a week on that bitch. Yo, I looked up. Joe got a whole little situation on there. You ever seen this? I looked up on there. Let me see. Joe got couples therapy and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Joe got all type of shit going on the shit. Look at this.
Valentine's Day edition of Pod Wives.
Pod Wives?
Come on.
What the fuck? Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. Joe is like Bill Belichick. Remember when Bill Belichick was on the Patriots and he kept drafting a bunch of like who the fuck is who the fuck? Yet them niggas was all playing well in his system. He would get us a random wide receiver, turn that nigga into Wes Welker. Like he would just get people and turn them into stars. Joe is smart. Joe is like, yo, I'm gonna get all of y'all. All right, we gotta keep milking this money tree. Okay. Y'all got girlfriends? All right, bring y'all girlfriends over here. Come on. Bring them over here. Let's go. Yo, y'all got kids? All right, cool. Let's do a parenting class. Y'all parents alive? All right, come over here. Let's do mama, daughter, daddy, son therapy. Nah, Joe got it. And I like it for Joe because I think it's his own network. It's pretty much, he's turned Patreon to his own network. Kudos to him. For the fellas, I don't know if that number is true, but if it is true, do not get mad at Joe. Y'all don't deserve none of it. But you deserve a raise, a slight raise, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell y'all how much, but a little raise, okay? And if it's the first time y'all seen those numbers, I'll move on. All right. And by the way, Joe shouldn't be giving no motherfucking person the accountant anyway. Fuck out of here. The hell? Because you know what happens, Chad? I'll tell you, this is what happens. Because I got a bunch of employees. Your employees is always looking at what you got, not realizing you're the boss. They're like my employees love telling me their problems. Yeah, you know, my deadbeat dad, my deadbeat baby dad, my money hungry baby moms, or oh shit, my brother this, and I'm listening to their problems, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'll give you an advance on like what I was gonna pay you next month. I'll pay you 2 weeks early, and then them motherfuckers will go watch me buy like a $400,000 car, and then they look at me like, yo, like I told you my problems. I'm like, what the fuck my money got to do with you, bro? The hell? It's like they're looking at me, like, nigga, this ain't, what the fuck? So, it's all good. Actually, those things don't happen to me. Anyway. Damn, X passed away 7 years ago. Love you, X. I love you, man. The GOAT. Fucking GOAT.
Now, in terms of earnings on the Joe Budden podcast, I've never really sat there and thought about it because to me, pocket watching is like, it's like police activity. It's a lot like what Kendrick Lamar said in Watch the Party Die, which is, very ironic that song has been very relevant today if you really break down the lyrics, but a lot of people don't listen to that song because the beat doesn't thump, the 808 doesn't go crazy, right? But when it comes to pricing, I'm always thinking that people's making, especially around like Ish, Ice, I'm thinking they making like 8, 9. That's just on the low bar, honestly, because I don't even like pocket watching and putting numbers on people because then I'm putting their value with those numbers. But just based off of the fact that sweat equity, right, which is I think a thing that Joe Budden kind of tokens or coins, which is basically how much work you put in. I mean, so like Parks to me would be making the most after Ian or maybe even Flip, but I think Parks would make the most, right? Before Flip, right? Because Parks does double the work, right? So if he does audio and he's doing, visual, obviously speaking and stuff like that, that's double the check. It's like when a rapper, goes for the publishing and they go for the writing credits or they go for the producing credits. Like there's different credits you can get in music, not just, just being a rapper. So that's why I feel like it's, like I said, I just feel like it's a giant money tree when it comes to Joe Budden podcast. Like I said, I wouldn't even be this lit on YouTube without Joe Budden. So I always pay my respects to Joe Budden just for allowing me to even do what I do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us on YouTube, we create around Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? And it's because he allows us to. And on top of that, he entertains it well enough to where we can build off of it. You know what I'm saying? But you can clearly see the revenue that he's pushing in, which lets you know that, if you're following or if you're watching or if you're studying or if you're recording or reacting, I mean, you're not reacting to a failure, you know what I'm saying? Which is something that Drake likes to token on Joe Budden a lot when he came to his rap career. But this is why I understand that when it comes to making that much money, why would I ever want to rap again? Like, if I'm making 900,000 low ball, and I'm going to do the pocket watching like y'all do, 900,000 low ball plus the prize picks money. Let's add another like couple mil on top of that. I'm saying all in all, I think Joe walks out of the year with probably 20 million. That's before expenses. After expenses, I'm thinking he really pocketing on his own, pocketing probably 10 low ball. That's low ball. That's all of this is low ball. But I know he's probably earned like 450 million just out the gate. Like in total career earnings, I think he's around hundreds of millions. Honestly, I know that sounds nuts, like where he pulled that number from. But honestly, if you take 30 million for just 30 million visits for just 30 days, times that 30 million times 12, like the numbers is starting to get out of here, right? If you start doing the numbers, then his actual monthly subscriptions from 10 to 15 or 20, and then you got to understand there's other levels, the 50s, like this is insane. But I think for me personally, it does motivate the hell out of me because I know I made the right decision. I like to follow goats or study goats. You know what I'm saying? I like music. So I study the goats of music. To me personally, it's Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z, Rakim, KRS-One, Nas, just off the top of my head, right? Kendrick nowadays, Drake too at a moment, you know what I'm saying? J. Cole at a moment too. Like there's moments you have to study everybody, right? But when it comes to podcasting, I mean, this dude, especially, and you know, we always got to diverse it or putting it to like a racial barrier because we know that realistically, if you break it down, even in music, the whites somehow their numbers is just, it just doesn't make any sense, right? So like Morgan Wallen, he's super racist, but look at his Billboard numbers. He's number one. It makes no sense, right? Joe Rogan, I personally don't listen to him, but I know a lot of people do, and they get information through him. But I'm not. Joe Rogan hasn't made a crazy take. I'm like, whoa, look at Joe Rogan. Like, you know, it's usually his guests, celebrity guests, over and over again. But there's a lot of iconic Joe moments and clips where he's basically just voicing his opinion. And that lets me know that he putting in double the work. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we got to make it in this world. We got to put in double the work just to be as great as you know who. So just on that level, that respect level, bro, that's top tier to me personally. You know what I'm saying? And Akademiks, he definitely sees that. And that's why I feel like there was a moment where he was kind of like pushing Joe to, seems like, get a response out of him. But after seeing the numbers, I think Ak is like, damn, he probably gonna hit up Joe like, yo, what's good, G? Like, you trying to link up? I think Ak on the podcast or the Patreon would do even more crazy numbers. But he had a great idea when it comes to making like people on the podcast actually go out there and put their shows on Patreon. I think that's genius. We've already seen QueenzFlip, you know what I'm saying, with Flip the Network. He's literally doing it all by himself. You know, at 24 hours a day, he's creating content, which is immaculate. So that work ethic, right? If he just moves, if Joe one day moves that, all of that to the Joe Budden Patreon, like Ian and Mark show, right? Now you have a whole different revenue system. And Melyssa Ford got her interview. Like whoever wants that extra money, that's all I'm saying. Melyssa Ford went out there. She got her interviews. Now, if she takes that and move that to the Patreon, boom, that's another one. And that's just going to be like a never-ending money tree, and they will have to bust that down accordingly. But then accountants and all of that will have to come into play, and all that stuff gets shaky, right? So, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. This is a funny subject for me because I don't do pocket watch. I don't look at people's money. I get motivated, though. Like, I'm the one of the people, like, if I see someone that's extremely good at something, I'm not trying to take their spot or beat them. I'm just trying to study, how did they do that? What's the blueprint? What are their little nuances that make them like that? Not take all of it, but take little bits and pieces and study the game. Because to me, that's studying the game, right? Not even watching, but paying attention to how people move, the decisions they make, right? So let me know what y'all think in the comments below. It's been boy for me to run back with another banger, man. Drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.